There you are. Hello, everybody. Hello, Rami. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm so excited, happy, and honored, and blessed, and all that jazz that you are here. Yay! Everybody, give
Thank
Rami a
you.
round of applause.
Thank you. Thank you. The
Thank
honor is
you.
mine.
Yes. Oh my gosh. How was your day? How was your week?
My day is was good. Was long, a little bit tired. So I had a training all day. So, uh,
Yeah.
but I'm good. I'm good. I'm here
So,
and I'm happy to be here.
thank you. Were you training or were you teaching?
I was training. It's actually a leadership training that I am enrolled in. So
Nice. Look at you making moves to level up. And that's amazing.
yeah.
I'm so, so happy. Let me tell you, everyone, Rami has been so patient to work with me all week, me messaging him and posting about it. I warned him that it was going to be like everywhere, and I delivered. I have no problem doing that, right? I think you noticed. So thank you. Thank you for your patience and for your kindness. And everyone, I'm so excited for us to hear from Rami. This is a very, casual conversation. I do have some questions, and I will be reading a little piece of bio that Rami sent me. So I'm so excited for you all to hear about that. Should I start right now, Rami? Are you ready?
Yeah. I'm ready. Go ahead.
Okay, so Rami Ammon, is it Ammon? Is that how we say
Yes.
your last name?
Mhm.
How cute is that? It's like the moon. Oh my gosh, was that on purpose? Anyway, Rami Ammon is a Lebanese photographer based in Richmond, Virginia. His original profession, you might be surprised about it, is a prosthodontist. Is that how we say it?
Correct.
Okay,
Correct.
so you're going to tell us what that is. And he teaches full time at an academic institution in Richmond. Is it related to the dentist industry or
Yeah.
photography?
Yeah, I actually train dentists, believe it or not.
Oh, that's so much
And
fun.
I am a clinical instructor.
Wow. Let me tell you all, when Rami told me that that was his profession, I felt so happy and proud that I have a nice smile after orthodontist, braces and all of that. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy that I have a nice smile right now. So you started your journey in photography in 2015 when you used a monetary award. Good for you. From your dental graduation to buy your first camera. I think that is so cool how you just didn't think about using it on other things like a vacation that you probably deserved or needed, right? And you just invested it in all of this equipment. I can definitely relate to some of those tendencies. So your photography passion evolved to become mainly about the moon and space. So it's so funny that I had some questions about, whether people sometimes ask you about taking pictures for them on their wedding, or whether because of your Photoshop skills, have you ever had anyone ask you, like, can you put me on the moon in Photoshop? Have you ever had any type of those silly demands?
I did take picture. I do take pictures of friends, family, kids. When I started learning the photography, I started as a general photography, and the course instructor. I did an online course, and the instructor said it was like a very priceless advice. He said, find your niche because photography is very broad. He said, find your niche and work on it. And, I did a lot of photography for people and stuff, but I'm very introverted. So, as an introvert, dealing with people kind of exhausts me a little bit, takes more of my energy. And it was sunset, and it was a first quarter moon, and I had a small zoom lens, so I zoomed at the moon and I snapped a picture, and the feeling I got from this is just unexplainable, and I fell in love, you can say. And
Yeah.
then I started getting bigger lenses, and because I wanted to see the craters, I saw the craters, and they were small, and then I ended up buying a telescope. And
Mm. And then the rest is history.
Yeah.
How many telescopes do you have now?
I have six
Hmm.
telescopes.
Do
Yep.
you have a wish list of like six more? Or I'm guessing all of them are different and they all provide a different type of lens. Of course,
Hmm.
I'm just guessing.
Yes, correct. They each one has a different purpose. My next wish list thing is a solar telescope, a dedicated solar telescope.
And what does that mean?
It's a telescope dedicated for the sun photography. You know, the only thing I have not done so far is the sun photography, and one of the reasons is that I don't like to stand in the sun for a long
Hmm.
time.
Hmm.
But I would like to get those nice, fancy sun pictures. You know, something like this, but for the sun. You know,
Hmm.
yep.
Yeah, that would be really interesting to see. I
Hmm.
wonder how you're going to come up with that. And of course, all of your pictures are, post-produced, curated, and they look amazing. I don't know if everyone has been following me, but I have been posting Rami's pictures because he is so generous and kind that I requested some of his pictures. I think last year around November, I'm like, so I have this moon thing going on. Where can I find your high resolution pictures for some promotional things? And he didn't hesitate. He was like, here are some pictures, which I thought was so brilliant and nice. So thank you so much for that. And so you've all been, every time I post a moon picture, it's from Rami. So if you would like to take a look at that, you can go through his Instagram or you can go through mine because there's a ton of pictures there. And I love how do we call it a composite? I love how you sometimes explain that in the pictures that is the moon and Jupiter and Saturn, it's a post-production composite. Is that the word?
Yes,
Okay.
composite picture. Yes.
Yes. Oh, and the other day you were live and you showed us Saturn live, and it was so magical. Everybody was like raging on the live, sending comments like, oh my gosh, Saturn is so magical. I don't know why we all love it so much. I think it's because like even the emoji is like the cutest little thing with the rings around it. And then you posted something about Jupiter having some rings on it as well, right? Was it Jupiter?
Jupiter has moons, has the Galilean moons next to it. Saturn does have moons too. Saturn has the rings. And by the way, talking about the live, yesterday was the first time I show Neptune on a live broadcast. It's still on my feed, and it was crazy. Saturn, it was the cell phone mounted on the telescope. Saturn, literally, when I zoomed in all the way, Saturn would fill the whole screen.
Mm.
When I pointed at Neptune, even with the maximum zoom, Neptune still looked like a small dot on the screen. It's so far. So yesterday was the first time I do that. And yeah, talking about composite images, yes, I do composite images. I take pictures of the planet and the moon, and I put them together. But they're actually the pictures are actual pictures. I just
Right.
place them together, and
Hmm.
that's what
Hmm.
composite means.
Right.
And I I get a lot of criticism from fellow astrophotographers and some people telling me, "Oh, it's fake." You know, it's just it's I disclose what I do in the picture, and
Okay.
it's just I the emotion I get making it and the emotion people get it is amazing. That's why I do it, and the one behind me is one of them. So
Yes, I love it. That's the one that has everything lined up.
it's
All of the
called cosmic. I
planets.
named it cosmic alignment. Yep.
Yes. Oh, I have a promotion with using that one as well with like a nice little quote. I'll look for it later and post it. I thought that was so beautiful because I have the journey into soul alignment, which is a whole coaching package about, finding out who you are, especially after toxic relationships, and aligning, with your soul, your values, your intentions, your goals, and putting all of those ducks in a row. And so there's an alignment that has to happen. And I loved that you posted that picture. It's so beautiful. And it happened a few months ago when all of the planets were just lined up in the sky, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Oh, I love
Correct.
it. I love it. Okay. And then it says here, right? I love how you say that you do all of it from your backyard, but I have seen you on Instagram drive like 3 hours away from your home to take some pictures. So you do that as well. You go through great lengths to provide this quality content. So not just as a content creator, but as a consumer of your beautiful content, I just want to say thank you, because I know the effort that goes into doing some of these things. Yeah. And driving 3 hours away, it's like, that's gas and tolls and energy and time spent. 3 hours is a long time, plus 3 hours back. That's 6 hours just to look at the moon. We want to thank you and to honor you for everything that you do. And you also mentioned, so you already spoke about how you felt the first time that you took a picture of the moon. That's so awesome. But you mentioned not long ago the word euphoria in one of your posts. I read everything you write. And as you know, I'm stalking your content. I'm just going to be very honest about that. And so I'm a total fangirl for you. So tell us about, in your own words, how you would describe that moon euphoria. Right now, we are experiencing the full moon. It's only 10:13, so it's not peaking until 5 in the morning for us. And so, we may be experiencing some of that moon euphoria tomorrow on Saturday, right? And this is why I decided to keep all of that for myself and do the show tonight instead of tomorrow. How would you describe some of that? Just physically speaking, or mentally or emotionally speaking, how is that for you?
So euphoria, but euphoria is the high feeling after
Mhm.
after drugs or something, and
Mhm.
and it's the way how the moon makes me happy. And I wouldn't say it's like a happiness, a form of an addiction happiness. It can be a de-stress, or kind of a therapy, and there is a happiness feeling associated with it. And when I see it, there is a way you see it from the telescope and straight out of the camera, and there is a way that the processing, the feeling I have for it, I place it in the picture,
Mhm.
and the mix of the emotions I put in it with the beauty, with the original beauty and the final product, is what actually gives me euphoria, and it also translates to my audience too. So the
Mhm.
feelings I put in the picture gets connected to who sees it also, and that's what make the picture, what gives the picture its impact, or you know or the virality of the picture. Some pictures go viral because some of them I sit on it and I put a lot of work and emotions, and basically the emotions is what makes the picture.
Mhm. Oh yeah, for sure. And it's also, I feel like it's also represented in the value of it. It's not just a picture, and I don't even want to think about how many hours it takes you to make those composite, or to make the moon look just right, right? Like whatever you do on Photoshop to do that. And sometimes it looks blue and sometimes it looks kind of yellow, and it's just so beautiful to watch. So thank you. And your reels are brilliant. Let me tell you, I've been also following your journey with the reels, which everybody keeps, getting better at with practice. And the other day you posted 12 years of lunar photography in just a few seconds. And I literally sent him a DM and I was like, how many hours did it take you to do this? And you didn't say how many hours, but you did say it took me a long time to put this together. So it's amazing what one man can do, right? You're not just in the dentist office. Do your patients or students, or colleagues go lunatic over your content and your products, or are you a completely different persona when you're in that scenario?
I'm usually a different person. I am not mean at work. I try to be very nice. But when I started and they did not know about it, it was like fine. But then they started finding out, and some of them now look at me as if I am, a
A
celebrity.
celebrity.
I am like, honestly, I swear, I just like, I mean, I have a good following, yes, but it just doesn't mean that I am a celebrity, number one. And I feel some of the students get intimidated by this, and it just kind of until they interact with me.
Right.
So it's good and bad, honestly, because uh, it can reflect that I am not dedicated to work as much. But people who know me at work know completely how dedicated I am for my job.
Of
And
course. I mean, yeah, haters gonna hate, people are gonna comment, and the full moon is the perfect opportunity for you to release all of that. It's like, oh, you think I don't work? Well, that's on you. I work very hard. So, you're amazing, and thank you for
thank
that.
you.
And yes, and just to finish your bio here, you mentioned that you have numerous editorial contributions to magazines and well-known media such as Adobe. Would you like to tell us a little bit about that?
Mhm. Yes, it was the first article I wrote, and it was an agency that reached out to me. They wanted to write about lunar photography, so we had an interview, and I just told them my techniques. They put the article together, and the article is on Adobe's website, and there are several other magazines also that I wrote. We wrote, you know, we wrote a couple articles, and but I mean, well known. Like I have not wrote anything yet for bigger magazines like New York Times or magazines like that are this big. Actually, and this is one of my dreams to be one on one of their pages one day, hopefully. But yeah, editorials are very important, and every once in a while you should contribute something to journals and magazines.
Are you telling me?
Yeah, I mean,
Or
not
you
not
mean in
not you, but
general?
as a photographer,
Oh,
as a
yes, of
photographer
course.
who is well known in a field, this is part of what we do. Yeah.
I
Mhm.
love that. And, congratulations for all of those. To have a feature on the Adobe website sounds really big. Indeed, you don't just want your content on social media or on your shop, but you want it on, you know, the big guys. And your intention to be published in some of those big magazines that you just mentioned, you should come back for the new moon so that we can all plant those seeds for you and focus our intention and our energy on those dreams coming true. Because I'm not sure if I mentioned to you, Rami, but I did mention it to the rest of the collective that I journaled about having this conversation with you back in March or February. Your
Mhm.
name was all over my journal on a new moon ritual where we were planting seeds of intention. And I'm like, I really want to connect with this guy. I really want to do that. And so I wrote about it. I journaled, I sealed it. We journal and then we paint over it. That's what we do in the new moon and the full moon. And
Mhm.
so I don't know right now exactly what month it was because it, becomes kind of secret. But I did journal and put out an intention into the world about what I wanted to do. So thank you again for joining us. Everybody give Rami a round of applause. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And Rami, we love you so much. Everyone on the fortune cookie, there's my link tree, and there's also Rami's link to his shop if you want to buy any of those prints. Show us that t-shirt. I know that you're wearing your t-shirt. Yes.
I actually want to make it a little smaller. I've been trying them, and it's a little bit big to me, and I need to put it a little bit higher. So this was a trial, but I just wanted to wear it for the show.
Yeah, well, yes, and that's great. Trial and error, and that's normal for creating merchandise and putting more value out there. So that's wonderful that you're doing that. And congratulations for all of your beautiful merch. I don't know if you've noticed, but in that unboxing video that I posted, two people have asked about it, and I'm like, yeah, it's on sale. It's in the link. Just go get it. And when you get it, post about it so we can see it. We want to be able to see everybody with a mug from Rami Ammon or Rami Astro. So thank you so much, Rami, for joining us. Thank you for your beautiful contributions to our world. Your planetary pictures are just amazing. And it's like, I don't know if you were a small child looking up at the moon and daydreaming and, fantasizing about your life, but that was me as a very young child. And part of my dream was to have conversations in the English language because English is not my first language. So thank you for coming on my stage and for helping me make that dream come true. I appreciate you. Everybody give him a round of applause. And I hope to see you soon, Rami.
Thank you.
Yes.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure. And thank you, everyone who tuned in today. And I admire what you do, Graciela.
Thank
Keep
you.
doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And I would like to stick around, but without the camera and the mic,
Of
if that's
course. Yes,
okay.
yes. I'll go ahead
Yes.
and bump you down so you can just participate. Thank you so much. Just get comfortable.